Nani tries to keep her house clean, even though she knows there's nothing she can do about the stagnant pool of water in her living room. She lives in North Jakarta, in a low-lying area that's prone to floods. In 1997, floodwaters swept in and then stayed.
At first, I didn't like living here. I was very sad. It was difficult to move around. The water made my skin itch, there were lots of mosquitoes and sometimes snakes.
She's learned to accept the conditions here. Her family lives on the upper floor of the house, but there's no escaping the stench from the filthy black water. And what was once a low to middle class neighborhood has turned into a slum.
No one ever refers to Kapuk village by its name anymore. In fact, it's just known as the floating village. And all around it are examples of houses that have been abandoned. This, for example, used to be a 4-bedroom home. And this is where the bathroom once stood.
Now, urban planners are warning that other parts of the city are also at risk of turning into floating villages if better flood prevention measures aren't put into place. It's estimated that by 2050, as much as 40% of Jakarta will be flooded whenever it's high tide.
The threat of flooding to Jakarta comes not just from rainfall or environmental damage caused by overdevelopment, but also from rising sea levels.
The Disaster Mitigation Agency believes the problem is man-made, caused by rubbish and silt clogging up the waterways.
Don't
build houses on the riverbanks. Don't throw rubbish into the river. We once found a sofa in a monsoon drain.
Local authorities are conducting regular cleanups, but urban planners say the solution is a lot more complicated than that. Much of Jakarta has been developed, with only 8 to 9% left as water drainage areas, barely enough to ease the effects of floods for a city of its size. The governor plans to increase this figure, but with Indonesia experiencing an economic boom, the temptation to keep developing land is huge. Back at the floating village, people say they don't have much hope that the situation will improve, and the place serves as a reminder of what could be the reality for others in the city. Florence, Looi, Al Jazeera, Jakarta.